Good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Boisvert MMA Roundhouse. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the Bones DC second fight. Didn't go too great for DC. We'll get into that a little bit. Also, we're going to cover Roy Nelson and his venture into Bellator. Let's hope he does great. He's had a long, hard career from way back. Third, we're going to talk about Brennan Ward, and let's hope he does good. Upcoming Bellator 182 card. That whole card looks great. And I think we're going to talk a little bit about GSP versus Bisping. And so let's get right into it, guys. What do you guys think about the card? Bones, he went out there and he proved his point again.
Yes, absolutely.
I think he always had DC's number.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Me
he
too.
just held the belt for him while he was gone.
I got to agree with you.
Good point.
At least when he was gone, though. I mean, I hate saying it like that, but this is one of them cases. The whole time
He was the
DC
champ
held
while
that
he was
bait.
gone.
Yeah, he was the champ. DC, without Bones, DC is the champ of that division. He readily handled Johnson, and I'm still shocked about that.
Yeah.
Made it look easy.
Yeah, and the only
But
time
you
we've seen
gotta
that happen
question-
with Johnson before was against little Koscheck.
Yeah.
Johnson comes in and lays an egg
Johnson's-
sometimes. I mean, that
His
belt could
game
have rightly
plan
been his.
was kind of funky in that fight, though, because his coaches were telling him, don't wrestle, and he tried wrestling the best wrestler in
Right.
that division.
No.
Plus, he was kind of had one foot out the door, I guess, in his
Yeah.
mind at that point. Who really knows? But anyway,
As far as Bones DC, Bones came out. He did his usual thing, but we did. Hey, let's give it to him. We didn't see any eye pokes out of a lot of rounds of fighting. We didn't see any eye pokes, and I mean that in all honesty. It's good. He needed to stop doing that bullshit. DC came
utilized
out.
his reach.
He looked great. He understood. He understood. What do you think about this? He understood his gap, his range really well. It seemed like for a few rounds, but when he got in and connected, it didn't really hurt him at all.
No,
Bones.
it didn't.
It was a
He was
sprint.
mocking him. He
I
was
know.
challenging him to come after him.
He was
Yeah.
those front leg kicks to the hip and the knee are,
take a toll
takes you
after
right
a
out of your
while,
momentum.
Yeah.
But he kept sprinting at him,
Yeah.
and then Jones just kept him at the distance. That's what was impressive because DC came in a lot, I think, heavier than Jones.
Yeah.
He's a big dude,
Yeah.
but I
It's
honestly,
weird. Yeah,
I
also
think-
look at-
I
Might
honestly-
may have played a factor. It's a big
Yeah.
weight cut for him. He
Well, that's true,
dominated in heavyweight over at Strikeforce. He was the champ over there. I think DC should hop back up there.
I hate saying this, but look what he did to Hendo. I mean, I hate being that guy, but he picked that. man up,
Hendo,
dude.
Josh Barnett, many good wrestlers he just destroyed.
I
So,
see no reason for DC to
because
retire.
he was the elite wrestler in those.
Yeah.
No, absolutely
need.
not.
I
No.
think that honestly, I think the first fight between those two, DC believed that he could win, and if you remember, Jones told him, "I'll take you down in under a minute,"
Yeah.
because that's what pissed him off and started the feud.
Yep.
DC got so mad because he found it disrespectful that Jones was like, "I could take you down."
Well,
And
that
he
was
did,
my
too,
problem
in
with
the
the whole
first
build-up.
fight.
DC's
But that's
like, oh,
something
I
that
gotta
must-
win this. He crawled in
That
my
must
head.
be
It's like
his
DC,
fear.
right?
And he exposed it.
DC,
and
that's
what he
not
do in
what
that
you wanna
first?
say.
He caught him with the axe kick and put him on his ass, and I swear that probably ruined him. He didn't know what to do at that point.
I think he realizes now that he's, and like I say this, it's easy for us to say, he's not gonna beat Bones on any
Not
means.
now.
He's just
He even said that in that
Look, Bones
post-fight
is young.
interview. He said Rogan brought up the feud or
Right.
rivalry. He's like, there is no rivalry. He
Let's give
beat
it-
me twice.
Let's give it to Bones. Since then, he's really publicly tried to squash this beef by publicly commenting and complimenting, pardon me.
Humility.
A
I
few
think that was
times.
the next step for him to go to greatness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he needed
Absolutely.
that.
Yep.
We needed
So let's give it to
redemption.
Bones for that. And like I
I
said,
tell you
Bones
what-
is young. He could screw up 2 more times and still be there.
Even screw up, it's not for us to judge. He still shows up and fights, and he puts on.
A good
He
fight.
shows us stuff that
Right?
we don't have the belief in ourselves to do.
Right.
Do you think he fights Lesnar? You think they're gonna
I
make
think
that
that-
happen?
I think that would make Jones look bad. Lesnar isn't on the level of popularity. Yes.
Yeah,
Fighting,
it's
no.
the money fight though, and that's you
Okay,
know,
it's a difference. What Connor's doing is different than what. All right, so he beats Lesnar. We really go, oh, he's that good. Or say Lesnar smashes him. Oh, dude, the guy was twice his size.
Well, look
Yeah.
how big he is.
What is the upside though?
Right.
What are we going to learn from it?
Well, I
Something
think,
we don't already know.
entertainment value.
Jones has a chance. He has
Yeah.
more of a chance than Connor does. I think.
as we know, I like to play Kreskin. He's vibing off, and who isn't? He's vibing off of this, which we will get to at the end of the show. This this King Mac aura that has taken over MMA. Some people hate it, some people love it.
Oh,
The
man,
man's
he's taking over
talented.
the world. He is boxing.
The man is talented. We'll give it to him. And I think a little bit seriously, Bones. And we see this with Tyrone Woodley. Everybody wants a super fight. Look, in my opinion, Bones is more ready for a super fight than Tyrone Woodley. So if he wants to fight on his first fight back after taking his belt back, I say, hey, give him Brock. But here's the problem with that. Brock's out on drug. Got his wrist slapped. He's out.
Suspension's over.
It was an amino acid.
So,
They
so
didn't
what are we
find
gonna
any
do? We're
steroids
gonna
in the
wait.
system, but they found the amino acid.
It's in there.
And it could have been in anything. Now, granted, do we think that he's on or off?
Agreed, right.
I don't.
We know he's on.
I think some people are.
I hate
just
being that guy, but
freak.
right. And he is, as Joe
Yeah.
Rogan would say, he has Viking blood, but
Yeah.
that man is using enhancements. I'll go to him.
But look,
I'll
all right,
go to
let's
him
just
and
say
say
it this
that.
way: by the time the fight happened, say if he was on, his levels would have shown if he had an advantage.
Right.
Agreed.
His levels didn't show that.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, when you see pictures of Brock Lesnar, back when he was wrestling as a high schooler, he was
Monster.
huge then.
Yeah.
But I still think he probably does use a little bit of something.
Hey, just for fun, let's pick. Who would you have if they fought? Brock or Bones? Who would you pick? MMA, straight MMA fight.
Brock.
Let's for fun say 5 rounds. Would that make a difference in your choice?
Yes, then I would give it to Jones.
Same question.
I think that Brock would win unless it won't go 5 rounds. Once he gets Jones on the mat, he's going to
That's
crush
right.
him
Yeah.
Okay.
because he's that much bigger and that's his world. I mean,
Yep.
nobody's even Frank Mir is a monster. I think Frank Mir
Yeah,
would
I know.
give,
Right.
be a grappling match for Jones.
Dustin?
John Jones.
Either way.
Brock. DC's a better wrestler than Brock. I mean, he's Olympic caliber.
How do you pick? What is your reason for picking that?
His reach. I
Okay.
think he's got a reach on
He
Brock.
sticks a leg out, he's getting taken down. Now I was gonna say,
DC didn't take him down.
if he can develop,
I wanna see the fight
a
now for sure.
vicious
Yeah.
jab, right? Well, DC already knew he couldn't take him down. Brock knows once I
DC's
get a
a
hold of
better
him,
wresler than Brock, though.
not stronger.
Not stronger, yeah.
But what me-
But he's
I
got
don't
some
know,
serious
but by that
overlaps.
logic, Bob Sapp should take everybody down he fights, and he doesn't.
He has no gas tank.
That's true, though.
He's
Which he just
worth
lost.
over 10 million. He's got 10 million in the
They
bank.
love him in Japan.
Oh my
Japan
God.
loves Bob Sapp. How do we get off on this? Bob Sapp, you're awesome, though. You got it figured out. Hey, listen, real quick, though. So did Jason Mayhem Miller. Japan,
Oh, yeah.
they're fans. In any case, moving right along.
Wait, you didn't give us your pick.
Oh, yeah.
I was hoping I could skip right by that. I just see him getting. You can't visualize John Bones Jones losing because he hasn't. The one time it was because of some 12 o'clock elbows. But I see
Which
Brock
he had already
taking him
broke
out.
that guy's. He already broke
Inside
his
power
round
rounds.
with the slam, remember?
I just don't see him winning. With that, moving right along. Let's talk about, we'll go to, what do we got? 183. We got the Roy Nelson finally making his little run. I think, he's had a great long career. I wouldn't say a lot of great wins. The problem with him, I would think, it's not a problem, but every time he's got his chance up against a high competitor fighter, he unfortunately hasn't get it done. Talking about DC again, Hunt, Volkov, Doom, Mer, Reem, they all beat him.
Because he stands right in front of him. His attribute, honestly, what he's really good at is grappling. But he needs to get in shape to grapple.
He's got a really devastating
He's flat-footed.
over punch.
When he
Absolutely.
connects.
Yeah, when he connects.
But
If you
people-
stand
He
in
doesn't even
front
know
of
how
him,
to set that up.
If you
Yeah.
stand in front of him and give it to him, he will knock you out. Right.
Absolutely.
I love him, and I think he can do way better over in Bellator.
I think he's going to do worse.
That really,
Yeah, because he thinks that he already was out of shape for UFC. What kind of shape do you think he's going to come in?
I don't think it's a
Rampage.
shape thing for him.
Like out of shape Rampage.
Right.
Right.
That's a shape thing. That's a
I
shape
think he's
thing.
going to come
yes.
in thinking it's an easier fight, and these guys are hungry.
Well, he did say he planned to drop
And
down to
we've-
the next. Yeah.
Great point, because we've
do you
never
mean?
heard him speak on that before.
Yes.
Go down to 205?
No. Drop some pounds.
Yeah. Drop
Carry
some
around
pounds
a lot less pounds.
And I believe he
never
did
heard
say
about
he
that
wanted to
shitty.
go down to the next weight class.
Oh, in Bellator, that would be
Yes.
craziness. So picture him
He
now
could.
with just
He's
no
a
belly.
205-pound
Yeah,
frame.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we see, we'll see how he does over there. He's fighting Javi Ayala, who he's 10-5. He's got a few decent fights on his card. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think he's going to get by him or not? And do you think it matters for what Bellator is planning to do with Roy? I don't think it matters if he
I think
wins.
they're
or
just
loses.
using his name.
I agree.
Right now.
I agree.
He's
And
not-
listen,
he's not
Roy's
at
a
the
great
top of the
guy,
food
and he's a
chain
great
anymore.
fan favorite, and he's an awesome guy as far as publicity goes,
Yeah.
as far as everything else goes. I'm happy to see him over there. I can't deny it. But you know, at what 22 and 14, he's not going to go down in history as one of the greats.
No.
No.
No, and it definitely shouldn't be publicized or supported like when they brought over Rory. That was a top level talent
Yes,
that
sir.
they brought in.
Yes.
Matt Mitrone, top level talent.
Yes.
Those are the guys. They're bringing him over.
Well,
you have
that's
to be
funny
honest
you
and say,
mention.
we're going to give you a couple of fights. We'll see
Remember,
what you
Roy
do.
Nelson and Matt Mitrione fought. So in this case, Roy Nelson beat him. That's
That was the
That could
beginning of Matt's career, too.
Roy Nelson
also.
has
I
been
think he had
going Elite XC.
maybe one MMA
How
fight
did he
at
beat
that
him?
time.
How did he beat? Yeah, all of his fights.
IFL,
Mitrone's fights are in the
Moto.
UFC, man.
I mean, you got to realize, Roy Nelson's been fighting for a long time. I mean,
He
remember,
hasn't
you guys
gotten any
remember
better.
IFL? Remember they had the round ring with the sloped up ring, and if you won out of it, you were out of it. Remember that?
Yep.
It was great.
He's a tough guy. I mean, he played rugby. I think he's going to go down as one of the bigger guys that did better than people thought they were going to do.
Right, yeah.
You know, sometimes I make comparisons to WWE wrestling. There are some big guys that are unbelievably agile in the ring, like Bray Wyatt, and you just wouldn't expect what they can give to that match because of their size.
We see him often go later in rounds. Now, like Chaz had said to speak on that, he doesn't set himself up to get into your pocket and destroy what is your defense. He kind of just walk forward, punch, walk forward, oh, you're too far away, back up. Walk forward,
That's
walk
right.
forward, punch, oh, back up. But hey, listen. In any case, I'm glad to see him over there. Anybody that wants to go to Bellator, I'm grateful for it because Bellator needs everybody they can get, and I don't look at it as, oh, hey, let's pick up everybody that's at the end of their contract or losing. I look at it as another shot for competition.
So take also into effect, the heavyweight division's getting really stacked.
Yeah.
Roy Nelson, and now you have the champ, Mioche. The Roy Nelsons of the future won't be fighting in the UFC.
No.
Right.
You're not going to be able to come
Oh,
in.
he couldn't hang with Stipe on his
looking
on his
like that.
best day.
and- no.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. Like these fighters now are like Jones is taking
Right.
it to another level.
All right, moving right along, we got, which is the August 25th card, right before our birthday party for Mac and Mayweather. We got Brennan Ward going up against Gonzalez, which is
Up here.
for Bellator 182, and that is our boy Ward. Obviously, we love Brennan Ward on the show. We're happy he's got the co-main event spot, and that's awesome. We got Njokwani and Koreshkov fighting, and he's the co-main, and I think that is so great. But listen, they didn't give him a can. Gonzalez is no joke, man.
Yeah, but he's for a while now. Brennan needed something to set that fire again.
Yeah.
And I think he has it. I know he has it. The way he's training right now and how he feels, the confidence that he has going into this, when he makes up his mind that he wants to win, he wins.
Yeah, you think that comes
Every time.
from his loss back in January when they had to take him out in the
He
street?
didn't-
I
I
particularly
honestly don't
don't.
believe he desired to win. He was
Really?
fighting his friend.
Oh,
They're really good friends.
They did
Yeah.
they made great
Um,
friends.
Yeah.
And honestly, he was really beefing with somebody ringside that had disrespected one of his friends, and to
Listen,
him, that's
those are
the
the
world.
downs and the ups.
And his zone went right in on that guy.
Yeah.
And Brennan will
Okay,
care
but
only
look at
about
this.
family and friends
Right.
first.
Look at this. He's nobody. Scott Coker would agree with me right now if he was here.
He loves him.
He is a giant draw. The fans love him. We all love him. Obviously, we love him.
They said on national television when he comes on, his demographics go through the
Shoot
roof
the
from
roof.
age 15 to 35.
Why do you think he's the co-main event on a Bellator card? It's not. You
Not
earn
by
that. They don't
accident,
handle
yeah.
that. Yeah. So, like I said, he's fighting Gonzalez, who is 26 and 14. He's no
He's
joke.
tough.
He's a Team Quest guy.
He's-
Those guys are just inherently tough, in my opinion. A lot of them.
But I think, listen, Brennan's mastered 3 techniques. The guy already knows what he's going to throw at him. And Brennan's, when he gets that momentum, he doesn't stop. And that's what I'm talking about. Covering that ground, his jab or his hook sets up his takedowns.
Yeah.
His tie up, or even his double leg. Fakes the right hand, boom, he blasts
Right.
through.
Right.
Um,
I love watching that.
Yeah.
You could see his muscles start flexing, ready for the next punch, like it's coming. We us fans know it's coming.
And you watch his footwork.
Yeah.
We notice it,
Essentially,
you know.
watch his footwork. His hands are always up.
Yep.
His chin's always tucked. And when he engages, he does not stop.
He throws bombs, and when he connects,
Everybody knows he's going to do it. Nobody can stop him. Now it just depends on, well, what do I want to do from here?
That's years of hanging out down at Whaling and really, you know,
And if
just
he doesn't like you,
getting it done.
watch out. Remember the kid at Mohegan Sun? He threw him in a triangle choke, and the ref's like, let him go, because the kid was talking
He
shit.
made it wait a second, yeah.
He held on to that, man.
No, and that's what I like about him. He's real, you know. All of us say real, but I mean, he'd be the same Brennan Ward on camera as he would, you know, off
He's
in
awesome,
most
man.
cases.
Yeah, I agree.
He's
So,
got a lot of momentum behind him.
Obviously, there's no need to put picks on this. We're all picking Ward. Ward's got him. It's going to be by KO. Probably 2 rounds, maybe less. I could see him getting him out 1. That's no disrespect. Like I said, Gonzalez, Team Quest, tough guy,
Yeah.
hard record on him, long.
He just
As I
hasn't-
say, and you hate, he's got a tough beard on him.
He just he knows he's gonna try to stop that takedown, but honest to God, people with footwork, once he engages, you go back and stand straight up. You
Right.
can't help it.
Right.
Because he comes in so fast and he's coming in from either there or here, either with a hook or a jab.
Yep.
And the whole time you're thinking, bang, you get hit with it. Now he finishes his
Them
technique.
hooks hurt.
Yeah, he
Serious.
keeps it I mean, he's
Oh.
standing right in front of you when it lands.
You can see the.
That's your whole
right.
body.
You can when that's what I love about like a lot of his punches that connect. Spit's coming out of the opponent's mouth, and those are great. It's just fun to watch in any case.
And he's done it so many
So many
times,
times.
it's instinctive.
Look, when you know you might get knocked out, and you prepare to not get knocked out, and you go out and get knocked out, it doesn't mean you're bad at what you do necessarily. It
Right.
means that guy is really good at punching really hard and accurate.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, you know, there's something to be said for that. In any case, moving right along, back to UFC, the on again, off again, hey, wait a minute, GSP versus Bisping is back on, and, you know, it looks like Whitaker's got to wait again. If there's one thing UFC likes doing, whether it's interim champs or champions, it likes to put you on the ice box, which, let's face it, the fighters love, because then they can go on the media hype cruise, which I don't think Whitaker's going to do a lot of. He's not a big enough star yet, but I don't see him complaining. At least on Twitter, he had no complaints whatsoever. So in any case,
heal up.
UFC 217, it's on November. Who do we got? GSP versus Bisping. I think Bisping is going to destroy GSP. Janet, what do you think?
I've been following Bisping since he was on The Ultimate Fighter, and I agree. I totally think he's going to destroy him. I mean, GSP has an incredible background, and all of the fights that he's won, like against Matt Hughes, especially, which were
He was great back then.
knockout of the nights.
He was great back then.
Absolutely. I just love his attitude, and I absolutely go for him.
I'm definitely. I mean, Bisping's going to destroy him, in my opinion.
Yeah,
He's
I
so
agree.
confident. He's just
He has too
confident
much
all the time.
momentum.
Yeah,
He believes in himself.
yeah.
I like, and I've mentioned
And
this
he's
before.
a fighter, he has no fear. GSP is
No fear.
loaded with fear. Just listen to
Loaded.
his interviews.
Right.
He didn't have fear when he
Right.
started the Ultimate Fighter house. I mean, that guy just knew. He was all laid back, relaxed, and
He was
laying
great
in
character,
his
yeah.
bunk, and
It's those European guys, man.
they're scary.
I'm gonna say it. Fuck Michael fucking Bisping.
Oh,
Fuck him.
So how's
his cocky shit
So how's
fucking
GSP
attitude.
big guy?
He's gonna
Big
wrestle fuck him. Fuck Bisping.
I've not
Fuck
heard that
him.
term.
I hope, and if he
So
beats
what's
GSP,
gonna-
I hope
What's
fucking
going to happen when he gets him down on the ground? Is he going to hump him?
pretty much.
Listen,
Pretty
and
much.
this is the truth. This
That's-
is my lock of the week. No matter who wins, at the end of the fight, GSP is going to have
I'm
2
not
black
saying he's
eyes,
gonna beat
a
him,
fat
but
lip, and a
It will go to a
broken nose.
decision from
I
GSP.
think it would have been more of a fight if he would have fought him after his last fight. Bisping
But
back
also,
then in
true.
St.
Who
Pierre.
knows what GSP we're getting? He hasn't fought in
Well,
what,
he thinks he's
4
gotten
years?
better, but in all honesty, you can do all of that.
I
that
just
you
don't
want,
like
but you
Michael
believe
Bisping,
it.
so that's
Well, we
believe
don't
it.
know Michael Bisping's level of ring rust. Now, if we were talking about Dominic Cruz, I'd say ring rust is not an issue. In fact, he'll come back better the longer he sits out. Now, if we're talking about, say, Chuck Liddell, I'd say, no, he's got to be fighting twice a year or he's going to suck.
Yeah, but
There's
Bisping-
levels of that.
Are you talking about Bisping's ring rust or St. Pierre's?
St. Pierre's.
St. Pierre is going to be burnt out in the first round. You're going to watch him gas. Because his mind is going to be going a million miles an hour because he's not familiar with it anymore. And he can't control his mind because he doesn't believe in himself. John Jones probably is taking a nap a minute before he walks out. Chuck laid out
Agreed. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
because they knew I just gotta be relaxed.
Right.
Yeah.
Because once this starts going, you could be standing just like this. And before my first fight, my mind was going wild. By the time I made it in the ring, I was out of breath.
That's so
I had to have help
crazy.
taking my shirt off. Well, I'll be right back. I gotta fight.
I gotta go take care of this business.
And my body just, it never moved. But my mind was in panic mode.
So, I don't know. What do we think about Whitaker waiting? Is it that bad? He himself has said, no, it's no big deal.
Timing.
It's
He's
a
looked
pretty
great.
significant knee injury he had though too, so it's
Yeah.
probably better off that he heals that thing
Yeah.
up.
Absolutely.
I mean, what do you tear, an ACL, MCL, something
I
like
thought
that?
it was the
Was it-
ACL, not the MCL.
Was it his knee or his foot?
The MCL is way worse.
First round, Yoel caught him with.
Dude, Yoel is a beast.
He is.
He is a beast.
And they're pumping the Bisbee.
But like I
I'm
said,
hoping that St. Pierre wins, right? And then you can roll out.
Right.
It's not gonna happen.
Yoel, 500 horsepower engine, 8th tank of gas.
I tell you what,
But
Shilson,
he is a
Yoel.
monster.
Shilson and
Talk. You got
if
it
he would
back.
just unload himself, he would finish his fight. But
Right.
he said those guys from that part of the world wrestle the same exact way. They come out in gorilla mode and they never ever excel. If you're gonna push the pace, they'll match it. But they always want to be
Absolutely.
boop, 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 and then whew, and you see him come outside and that's his rhythm.
It's a dangerous rhythm. It's a dangerous thing to get involved and to get used to. In any case, we a little side note here. Chris Lieben, for all you tough fans, Chris Lieben is now officially a referee. He did his Herb Dean official refereeing and judging course, paid his money, got it. He made it. He's got the certificate and everything. In any case, I think it was Gladiator Challenge, Dustin?
Yes.
He went and he did good, man. That's awesome for him. If you're a fan of his, I know I am. That's why I'm
I am.
bringing it up.
I think every referee that's ever picked and every judge should have been a fighter.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Yes.
Obviously, it leads to possible problems. Like if I'm say a Team Quest guy and I'm a team fighting. Now I'm a referee, and obviously that stuff can happen. But I think everybody that's a ref or a judge should have some sort of knowledge in the sport, other than just, oh, this is my job tonight, and you're learning these
And
people's names the first time you
And it
show
would get
up.
rid of the judging problem.
Yeah.
Because our interpretation
They'd have passion about
from a
Yeah.
knowledgeable stance will be different with the 10-8 rounds, how we
Right.
would judge it, right?
Yeah.
Hey, let's hope Chris Lieben puts on a lot of stern. I'm sure he don't care heavyweight or not. If somebody's effing up, he's gonna fucking tell him about it.
Absolutely.
In any case, that's just about gonna do it for another edition of the Boisvert MMA
Maybach
Roundhouse.
Money.
What do we? Oh,
Oh.
wait!
Jumping the
Yes,
gun.
He's not a believer, bro.
You know what? Since you brought it up, let's hit on
Thug
Conor
Rose.
McGregor and Mayweather. August 26th, it's coming up. It's probably going to be the biggest fight of the year. I hate saying that because it's a boxing event. It's going to be Mayweather's senior run. They've announced the rest of the card. I'm not sure who's on it. No other great boxers, but this is a money grab of the greatest kind. And listen, if you've seen the press conferences, if you watched even 1 second of those press conferences, this shit is gold,
Yes.
and I love it. I don't like the delusion. I don't like the a lot of the things that Mayweather camp are trying to do as far as blah 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 racism, blah blah blah. This is unfair. Look, you guys are running the whole thing.
It's
and
a business.
If
They're
you
just
run
trying
the
to
whole
get
thing,
everybody involved.
but if you
Yeah.
run the whole
Yeah.
thing and you still come out looking like an idiot, it's not because McGregor's racist or it's not because McGregor did something wrong. It's because you guys are not as popular as you hoped, and McGregor is. It's just a reality. It doesn't. This is going away from his talent. Forget his talent. Forget everything. The man is more popular than anybody in boxing right now. Not only that, let's touch real quick before we do our picks. Let's touch on this whole Paulie Magalati bullshit where he came out saying, "Oh, Conor sucked," he blah 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 blah, and then some video releases, and Paulie got destroyed, and he said he pushed him down. Yeah, pushed him down by connecting with punches. Did you see the video?
Yeah, Dana White released it.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
I think that Paulie was just pushing maybe to get his name in there. Like the other boxer that was saying that Conor had been knocked out. Well, when they did the timeline of when this supposedly
Trying to
happened,
stay relevant.
he was on the plane traveling
Yeah.
across seas, so I think that anybody can get their name in there. All of a sudden it's heard, it's talked about, and it hits every news media,
Yep.
right? And
But it's funny,
Paulie
though.
wanted to let everybody know I sparred with Conor McGregor.
It's funny, we're
The
seeing
problem
the
was,
same bullshit.
Conor's like,
Yeah,
oh,
This
you want to
is-
see the real video?
Exactly.
This is what, in my opinion, I say this a lot, and I know you'll disagree with me, a lot of people. This is what killed boxing. A lot of bullshit, Don King type lies and
There you go.
bullshit and mistrust and rumors. In UFC in general and in MMA in general, I should say, I say we, they keep it a little more honest, it's a little more handshaky. Yeah, you know, there's some talk of shit and bullshit, but there's also a large amount of respect and appreciation.
And once there's a respect and appreciation, boxing is, I don't think boxing's dying. It's talked about more now than ever. Boxing
Because of
really,
MMA.
that
Yeah,
is just another
absolutely.
form of mixed martial arts. And they have mastered their crafts. I just think that Mayweather possibly could share his techniques like Conor is. Visualization. Mayweather never talks about these things. It keeps him the CEO, the captain of the ship, right?
Yeah.
Belief, momentum.
Yeah.
You me-
People following that money.
If you can mess with somebody's momentum, changing the date of a fight, acting like you don't care about the fight, what they're seeing, Conor doesn't fall for any of that. His momentum is so powerful that he needed his whole crew, which all those juice heads that came on stage. Did you see his team come on stage, the grapplers?
Yes.
Dylan
Oh, that would
Danis
have been
and
bad.
Arnold.
Even Dana said, "This is gonna be bad. You don't touch him."
Listen, Artem Lobov would have beat up all of them juice heads, never mind Conor McGregor.
You're talking about skilled fighters.
Yeah.
And those guys aren't even boxers.
Right.
So, and in any case, Dustin, what round, who's winning, and how? I mean, what are we gonna look at here? It's fight night, what's gonna happen?
By no means am I a big Conor MMA fan. In boxing,
How is that possible?
I'm going with McGregor within the first 5 rounds.
Okay. Janet, what do you think?
Well, I have a personal kind of thing against Mayweather. I don't like women beaters. So I really hope
She
he
beat him
gets
back.
destroyed. Well, good. I would too.
Did you see how Conor
What
pointed
do you-
out that
what
she
round do you
slept
think?
with some guy that didn't even make 50 grand a season?
Right.
Yeah, they were just
Wearing
starting
his
to hurl
jersey.
weird mud.
Oh
They were
my
starting to
God!
just throw weird hurl mud. So what do you think? It's gonna be Conor McGregor?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
But the round, I really hope that this doesn't turn into like, just because I want to see them go rounds,
Turn into what?
turn into a, bam, you're done. You know, he
That
hits
would
him
be
in-
won't.
awesome, though. I would
I mean,
love
it
it
would
if
be,
Conor
but
just
I want to see
dropped
them.
him.
I want to see them go back and forth for a little while.
They
I think
definitely
these
will.
guys are too skilled for that.
Yeah.
And then Conor is just going to pick apart his defense, which he's great for. So it's
Yeah.
just like I told you, Jones focused on the takedown.
Yeah.
Well, I know what scares you. You already told me. It pissed you off when I pointed out that I could take you down.
Right.
Mhm.
The mere fact that I thought about it was
Right.
disrespectful to you.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
which
I
case
see
you took
this-
him down, and that killed all of his momentum.
I see this fight going down one of two ways. We're gonna either see a lot of referee involvement in the name of Mayweather, and the fight's gonna keep going to the corner, and McGregor's gonna start to connect with some real power, and the referee's gonna jump in and say dirty boxing or some shit like that. That's one of the ways I see this fight going down. Now let me tell you
Only way
this.
I think the dirtiest boxing is if they get inside and like the Randy
Well,
Couture,
he'll own him.
right?
He'll
Hold
own
the
him.
head.
But in any
He's
case,
not going to be there. He'll lose
if it
that
goes,
fight.
Yeah.
if Mayweather can stay away from him for any more than 3-4 rounds, he could take him out somewhere in the 6th. I could see Mayweather with a TKO somewhere in the 6th, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
TKO. He hasn't TKO'd anyone in
I think
fucking 12,
I think
13
McGregor though
years.
is probably
honestly
gonna get him
hasn't.
inside
He
3.
hasn't.
And in
So-
boxing, when somebody wants to box or fight, get into a scrap, he gets into the scrap.
So what do you think? Your pick on the fight,
I already told you McGregor,
McGregor?
but we don't know enough to pick what round. I think the momentum, I think what he says, his visualization takes him before the 5th round, he'll stop him.
I
Because his
say-
intent is to stop him, so.
Inside of 3 rounds, McGregor. If it goes any more than 3 rounds, it's gonna be somewhere in the 6th.
Well then, what if he's dominating every round? Would you say in the 4th round, not knowing?
Well, now that's going back to what you just said. I don't know. We haven't seen the fight yet.
So we would have to say Mayweather starts picking them apart, now we know the fight's gonna end. Right?
No.
3rd, 4th, 5th round maybe, whenever, we just don't know.
No, I think if it goes later than 3 rounds, it's going to be now a matter of Mayweathering and not McGregoring, if for an easier way to put it. I
What
think
if McGregor's still delivering vicious blows?
then that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
That'll be truly great, and
So then
that's
your
what
pick
we
would be
want.
different.
Well, yeah, that's why we make picks, Chaz.
I just wanna understand why we make the picks and based on
This
so what.
fucking guy, man. Does anybody? Hey, listen, we are hiring for a new MMA analysis. You have to have MMA fights. You have to be nicer than him. Message me. In any case, that's gonna do it. This time we
Shout out
mean
to
it.
Brian Macy. He fought, I think last night, or he's fighting tonight, I believe, or last night. Brendan's with him, I want to
Yes, yes, yep. I think that was last night. In any case,
Shout out Motorsports Nation. And
always Motorsports Nation.
Steve Taft and myself just dropped Deadweight clothing line. It's a lifestyle. We should have T-shirts next week, and we're gonna have exclusive Brennan Ward Irish Bad Boy T-shirts for his fight.
Make sure you check us out online, and you can get links to all of these places, the shirts, Steve Taft, all of this stuff you can see on our website. You want to be on our website, you want to be clicking like, but hey, listen, when you're there, go to the YouTube page, watch a damn video of these. Click
Roundhouse
like.
MMA.
Yes, don't forget
My
us
boy
out
Bob.
there, guys. In any
Wish he
case,
was here. Wait, what?
that's gonna do it. Boisvert MMA Roundhouse, over and out.